Hey yo, little man, what's going on everyone? Nick here from Little Man YGO, back at again with another video, and this time we have a live deck profile of my updated Amaryllis deck list. So before I even jump into the sauce, I'm revealing some really heavy stuff today. I need you to subscribe at the button below. I'll give you a couple moments to do so. I will wait. Also, Discord link in the description below. Come hang out with us, get yourself a roll, but we're going to go right into the Amaryllis deck for today on April 1st. Just going over for the April metagame. So, for starters, we have over here, we're only on 2 Amaryllises. I realized that this card was bricking a lot. It was really, really bad in terms of just like, you see too many in the graveyard, you don't really need them, but they just will get a clunky in the hand, and I really did hate that. Same with the Dandelion and then the one Lone Fire Blossom. I really wanted to diversify some of the plant cards that I'm about to jump into a little bit, but these cards have proved to be a little bit lackluster for me. And with that, Bot Line did go to 2. I know there's a lot of Bot Line haters in the Discord, but if you're not playing multiples of this, you're just doing it super incorrectly. And then obviously the last plant of choice is Cactus Pet Fighter. So for those of you that do not know what this card does, whenever it destroys a monster by battle, they special summon a token to their side of the field. So we wanted to get it harder for us to win the game because our deck is just so fucking good. And when you're a Giga Chad like me, we got to give our opponents a little bit of some freebies here and there. So that's what this card is for. It's also a plan for Amaryllis, which is pretty good. Going over some of the additional cards, we do have one Volcanic counter here. People say that Amaryllis is not a burn deck or is a burn deck, and it really was a control list in my other list, but I wanted to give some burn aspects to it, so that's why I played the one of that, alongside with the Necroguard and the Card Trooper over there to mill it. I also do play the Plague Spreader Zombie, just so I'm able to take control of some monsters, alongside with the Sanguine and the Witch of the Black Forest. Witch of the Black Forest helps search for Phoenician Cluster Amaryllis, and I know that you guys might be saying, wow, it's bound in Edison format, but as you clearly see, these are ultimate rares, and this is a retro pack, so screw the rules, I have money. On top of that, because we have more dark monsters, we do play Dark Armed Dragon because we might be able to summon him. Alongside with all this random milling, we do play the one Wolf. I cut the Raikos and I cut the Lilas. I just felt like they were not high rolly enough for me. And I really wanted to have a card that you're allowed to stack with Plague and then mill off the top, so you get a 2100 beat stick. Alongside with that, we got to protect it. So we do play Honest, as well as the Guardian of Order. Sometimes you're just able to take a light monster with Mark of the Rose or Brain Control, and then you're able to special summon it right after that. And it's also an 8-star too for trading, which has a ridiculous amount of synergies there. The one Thunder Dragon, I need my opponent to think that I am on multiple Thunder Dragons, so that when it does get milled off of, some of the millers within the deck, they must be like, oh my god, he could have a handful of Thunder Dragons, and that's exactly what I want to give to my opponents. And then the same deal with the left leg of the Forbidden One. You mill it, they think you're playing Exodia, and they try to kill you as fast as possible by just attacking to your Amaryllises, but you play a higher planet count, so you really foil them there. And of course, the great and powerful Obelisk the Tormentor. When you do have all these monsters on the field, you could tribute for a 4,000 attack monster. That literally is going to win you the game on the spot. There's too much targeting, all that fun stuff. And then for the complement the Wolf, going over the spell cards, we play Charge. We hope to mill the Wolf off this. If we're not, we're searching it, and that's okay too, because again, we need to give our opponents opportunities to win because they can't beat this shit at all. Foolish, in case I do want to get a little dicey with trying to get Wolves into the graveyard, Amaryllis, stuff like that. And then on top of that, we have Hidden Armory, Mark of the Rose, and then DDR. I really have noticed that Hidden Armory is really not that good because it does cut your normal summon. So I'm aiming to try to make sure that it's all kept together. And then the one trading, because I brick on this card as well. The other thing I wanted to mention too was some of the additional cards that are in the deck too. Prohibition. I can read minds, so it's very easy for me to call the right card that they have in their hand, just so I'm not getting blown out by it. And of course, we're playing Painful Choice because it's insane in mill decks. Pedigree to Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is crazy because it gets the 8-star out of the deck, and then you just draw 2 cards with that. Again, they're banned in Edison, but screw the rules, I have money. Final Countdown because you have a lot more stalling in the deck, and then we have Pearly Sleepy Memory. A lot of people do not know what this card does, but this is completely okay. I pull these OTS super rares when I'm in tournament all the time because I win so much so often with this list that I just figured to put it in. So this card lets you discard a card to summon a purely Xyz monster from your extra deck. What is a purely Xyz monster? I really do not know, have any idea, but it does discard for that. And then we're on 3 Wing Blasts here. Obviously, with any Amaryllis list, you cannot play less than 3 Wing Blasts, so this is mandatory, especially within this list, because you do have a little bit more bricks. DD Dynamite, because it is a burn deck after all. Dark Bride, because we want to go -1 to give our opponent another opportunity to try to win the game. Wall of Thorns is a mirror force for plant monsters, so when you mill... So when you're milling, they see that you're not milling Mirror Force, so they must think that Mirror Force is always going to be set, and then you have a card that's sort of like that. And then Polynosis, Achu Polynosis. Very good card overall. It's Solemn Judgment, but we don't want to pay out for life points because that's actually particularly bad. Going over the extra deck, we have Nitro Warrior. Sometimes you're able to steal quick draws or even Nitro Synchrons, and then you're able to make a big guy like that. Gladiator Beast Geyser Diaz, or whatever his name is, you're allowed to take a Gladiator Beast monster, so just synchro right into him. Turbo Warrior, if we take the quick draws. 100 Eyes Dragon, just in case we need to Infernity combo in the middle of our game, we can just casually make this by stealing one of their dudes. We banish a card out of the graveyard, it copies the name and the effect of it, and we want to copy Amaryllis, so that when this guy attacks, he deals 3,000 and then 800 after that, which is pretty good. Soul Hunter, because it's one of those vanilla fusion monsters that should have been incorporated in early Yu-Gi-Oh! But it's not, because they just did not import anything over. And then obviously the last card is Evil Swarm Exoton Knight. It's our rank 4. It's basically a massive board rank when you put 2 level 4s together. It's the reason why we're playing the Wolf overall. This card's insane. So good. So good. Lastly is the extra deck, so a side deck. So we do a full smoke screen over onto the side deck here. So what I end up going is, because they think they're going to play against all this graveyard hate, is side of the graveyard hate against them. So we're playing 2 Commandants, 3 Necrovalleys, and then 3 Terraformers to get to all of them. And then on top of that, we do play the 3 Wing Rhinos, because just in case we play against any trap decks. Lastly, we wanted to play the Heralds, because as you saw, Honest was in the main deck. So we wanted to make sure that we were able to side these in the off chance that we do draw Honest. And we have this and that in order to negate a effect monster's effect. But this is how you beat the back row decks over here and really catch them off guard. So this is a secret sauce I have been working with for quite some time. And I hope everyone does enjoy the deck profile. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe for more Amaryllis, Yu-Gi-Oh! And, Lorcana, as well as, Battles of Saga and Flesh and Blood. I'll see you guys all later on. Take care. Bye.